Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you haven't yet joined the UVH fam, our community, links are below to our Discord, along with our free options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. Rob, Keith, Jeff, what's going on? Good morning. I sound a little congested. Markets, futures are up. S&P's up 10 right now. Dow's up 102. NASDAQ up 51 and a half. Green, of course. Good morning, Kelly. How you doing? So thanks for sticking with me. I announced this show a little late today, only about like 10 minutes ago. So glad to see that you guys are rocking with me. I didn't live stream yesterday. It was my son's birthday, so I took off early, but I did record a video that reviewed all my trades yesterday on Us versus Herd's main channel. So I've got a Tesla 660 call that woke up yesterday, paid $4. What's your Rob? What's your expiration? I did do some trades yesterday. Like I took off my Home Depot trade. I took off FedEx. I took off /ES, and right now, kind of go over my trades here. Edwin, how you doing? If you're here right now, say what up. I'm in BBBY and Boeing. Edwin's got a 535 call for January 24th. Got it $4.88, and I hope for you guys' case that Tesla keeps running. For me, let's pull up Tesla real quick before we get into my trades here. For me, I don't have the highest success rate on charts like this. I guess it's easy. You could just keep buying calls, but I'm not the best at doing that. So, hope for your guys it breaks 500 and pushes, but you gotta be careful. Right now we're at 496. It did pop up to 499. So, we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for you guys, but I would, in my opinion, I would like some pullback so that way I can start making some decent trades. Have a GLD call. Oh no. You had to get out when gold is hot. GC is running down right now. The market's ripping higher. To get into my trades here, I'm more of a you gotta find the charts that you're good at trading. Like I am not good, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not good at trading charts like this. I'm good at trading charts like this. Or I was good at trading charts when Tesla was like this. So, as a trader, you always have to find out what you're good at, what you're not good at, and go that way. YouTube is really like lagging behind right now. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Yeah, YouTube's lagging behind. So, to get in my trade, what I'm looking at right now, for me, I have a Boeing yesterday. Yesterday, I bought a Boeing 330 call for January 24th expiration. I bought it for $8.55. So kind of my goal on that was to, Boeing was at the bottom of the range. Eric, how you doing? If you're here right now, say what up. If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. Helps me out a lot. Let's smoke these Ariana. Let's smoke these other traders. David York, how you doing? The West is best. Stuck with NIO. Well, I hope it works out for you, man. So I bought NIO a little early yesterday. I did buy it. It was like 331. It dipped down to 329, but it bounced back. So I bought the 330 call for, what was it? Yeah, January 24th. They do have earnings on January 29th. So I'm hoping that it kind of ramps up back up to like the 345, 350 area. I'm not looking to get greedy with it. I'm not trying to, with Boeing, I really just play hot potato. I try to get in, I try to get out, take my money, because as you guys can see with Boeing, news can come out anytime. It's kind of fragile. Nando, how you doing? So right now, I like it down here. Kind of like what we were talking about. I'm more of a support and resistance trader. We're down here. We're down here at support. So I bought the 330 call for about I guess now it's like 2 weeks out, 15 days out, January 24th. So I bought right here. So yeah, it's about 2 weeks out now. So hopefully it will kind of kick up to like 340, 345 area in the near term. And then BBBY, I did sell some premium in BBBY. The reason why I sold premium in here was the weeklies. I didn't do it this week. I sold next week. It was 110% implied volatility. I sold some premium in there, and my position. Let me just show you what this is like right now. So my position, I got a 185 credit for it yesterday, and I sold kind of at the money. I sold the 1650 call and puts. I'm short and I'm long the 19.5 call. I'm long the 13.5 put. My risk was 100 and my risk was 109, and so my max loss is like $109, and I'm getting $185 in max profit. So kind of my goal on that trade here. Let's go to the analysis tab here. My goal for this trade is zoom in a little bit. Let's see, today is the 9th. My goal is to get some IV crush. If we go into, let me show you real quick. My profit. Let me put in, yeah. So I needed to be like between like 1470 and 1825, and right now it's at 1465. So we're riding right at the bottom of the line right here. We're riding right at the bottom. So we should be making some money. I probably will only make about 25% or so on that trade, but gave me a nice wide range, and IV was through the roof. So if that dies down, this kind of comes back up to like 1550, 15 bucks, 1550. I think we're going to be good to go. If we go to the analysis and we get some IV crush today, let's just say there's a 30% IV crush. We're looking at let's see here, 8 days. Okay. So zoom in. That doesn't zoom in anymore. Okay. So yeah, we're looking right here like 15 bucks. So we'll see what that comes out. I'm probably gonna put my order in this morning, see if I could just clear like 30% or so on this trade. Not going to try to kind of push this to the limit, because Bed Bath & Beyond had really bad earnings. Bed Bath & Beyond ran really hot after, not during earnings, but because they're new CEO, so they had a likelihood to either stay the same or drop, and they didn't even release guidance. They halted the stock when earnings were going to come out, which is super shady. My option got exercised. Should I wait till the end of the day to exercise for it to exercise itself? If it got exercised, you should already see the shares in your account. So if you were assigned shares, if you're short, or if you so yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's see if I can pull that up here. Okay, here it is, because this is bad. Let me pull it up here. So So Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond reported a quarterly loss of 38 cents compared to forecast of a 2-cent profit. So they missed by 40 cents. The housewares retailers' revenue also came in below estimates, and the company has withdrawn its full-year forecast. So guidance, not there. And new CEO Mark Tritton said that the current quarter would remain pressured and called the results unsatisfactory. So if we were talking about this a couple days ago. Optimism was riding really high on the new CEO, and we specifically talked about and we specifically said like a new CEO can't turn around a business in less than one quarter. So, you know, they're not. It takes when your business is failing, especially when you're a retailer. Right now, it's gonna take a year, 2 years to start turning around, start bringing in. You know, they want to push more to online. They want to do all this stuff, right? But it doesn't happen within weeks. I mean, he became CEO on October 9th, October 10th, and stock's been running. You can't turn around a business this big in just 10 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever. Google got upgraded. AVGO, big move today. Let's see. Let's take a look. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for the stocks that I'm trading. I'm actually gonna probably put in an order right now for Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me just we'll try to put in an order for. We'll just try to get 30%. see if they give it to us. Not gonna try to be greedy, just trying to sell some premium. We're at the lower end of our range, so I'm just gonna put an order in right now for that. So I put an order in. I got $1.85 credit. I'm putting it in for $1.30 debit. So we'll see if we can get hit. See if we can get some premium crush here. Or it might be moving too fast. I might have to hold on to it till next week. But I mean, it might come back. It might come back down to like the 12.5 range. And I'm long BA. So BA's at 335 right now. I bought it down at 331. So I was actually down on Boeing a little bit at close. I was down 4% on that trade at close yesterday because Boeing took a crap at the last 15 minutes. It dropped from like 334 down to 330. So, and it closed at 331. So that downward pressure really screws with your positions. AVGO is running a little bit. Still needs to break above like 315 to kind of push above the weekly here. Still in a downtrend though. I'd be careful. I would be careful down here though. It might push back up to 320, but I would like to see what happens around here, 315, 316 area. BKNG. So BKNG, I used to trade when it was Priceline PCLN a lot, but for buying premium, I found it very difficult. For selling premium, it was a lot easier, but it was also a lot more stressful when selling premium here because the options are pretty illiquid. The bid and the ask is extremely wide. I mean, like this is a pretty wide. You know, open interest is pretty low as well. So I don't know what the volume is, but they don't get a lot of volume. So if I do trade BKNG, it's typically selling premium, and then you have to, if you're selling premium in BKNG, you have to know what the value is because they're going to try to rip you off. So like if it's like for instance, if I'm trying to sell some premium in BKNG, and let's go into next week. You know, they're saying it's 225, but you know, I would always go up to like, but you can see like the bottom end is 225, the high end is like 340. So you'd want to push higher. I would probably push 275 and then come down to 250 and see if you get filled. So For BKNG, I always try to push it higher because they try to manipulate you, and then because the volume is so low. So if you're selling premium in here, you want to put orders in, sit on it, wait a few minutes, put another order in. It's not like a quick get in, get out trade because of the volume. So I don't have a problem with trading it, but you have to understand that it's not like a Apple or a SPY that had, or Netflix or any, or something that has high volume. This is very low volume, and the bid and the ask. I mean, the bid and the ask on these puts right here, $4. I mean, $8. So you got to And the other thing is, I noticed that like if you get in trouble with the trade, it's hard to exit. It's hard to exit. So you just got you have to know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with a trade like that. But I mean, I like trading it. But right now, at this point, if you're looking for a higher price stock, I think it's easier to trade like Amazon and Google. A little bit more liquid, high priced. Here it's been consolidating, so I don't know if I would necessarily short this. We have to see when it makes a decision. Make a decision here. But if I was gonna do something, I would be selling some premium. Because the market's running pretty hot right now. For me, I'm mostly looking for long opportunities. It's just a lot easier to go with the trend than not. You know what I mean? What other stocks you guys are looking at here? If you're here right now, say what up. If you haven't yet said hello, say hi. And if you guys haven't yet joined our Discord, links below. We talk about a lot of things. I got some robots in here that help us out. So check it out. Bill, what's going on? Kala Manis. I hope I said that right. Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft actually one of my favorite stocks. But the problem with Microsoft for me is it moves pretty slow. It's hard to time these big moves. It did move, from 57, 56 area. Now it's up to 61. Microsoft likes to consolidate for a long period of time. So if you're a shareholder, it's pretty great because it's really low risk. They pay out dividends, and you kind of just chill. If I'm gonna trade Microsoft, you're gonna have to probably buy them a little deeper in the money and then buy the dips, and that's kind of how it works. I mean, like in here, for when it was between like 135 and 140, it just was the most boring stock to trade. Now that we've had some liftoff after earnings, not that exciting, but it has moved up, $20 in the last 2 months. So, I do like that. So Microsoft, if you're looking to get in, just buy the dips, but just be aware it moves slow. It moves slow. So, I mean, it's if you're learning how to trade options and you wanted something slow, like a lot of people that are learning how to trade options, they jump in like the hot stocks and like Teslas and Netflix and Nvidias and all that and get their faces ripped off. If you want something more low and slow, go with Microsoft. I have like when I don't want to be too stressed out and I want to kind of take it easy. There's a few stocks that I like. Microsoft's one of them. Ulta, Home Depot, FedEx. Those are kind of my low and slow. And if you're kind of coming off like a couple of days of losing, let's say you had a red day or you're going off a red week, I kind of switch up to like the slower stocks, kind of slow things down. That way you're getting a feel for the market, but you're not in a high volatility stock. You kind of want to just take it easy. You want to trade, but you don't want to go you don't want to go crazy. So Microsoft is a buy the dip, and now that it's up here, it's just gonna continue. I mean, it didn't even really sell off. I mean, it did hit 154 when we had those attacks, but so yeah. I mean, if you're a beginner, I don't recommend trading. I mean, yes, you can make money on the Rokus and the Teslas and all that stuff, but you really have to know what you're doing, because what happens to a lot of new traders when they're in these stocks, because it moves around so much. Like yesterday, Boeing, I put a position on, pretty good setup, right? I put a position right down, and it was like 331. It dropped down in the same candle down to 329. I was immediately down like $100, and then it picked back up. So you have to be experienced with that volatility and know what that is, because you don't want to freak out. Also, my position, I mean, my one contract was worth 800, so it was only 10%. So no matter what size you're trading with, I kind of allow for a 10 to 20% swing when I put the options trade on, because most likely you're not going to time your position 100% correctly. You're not going to time that. You think, sometimes when you time it perfectly, it's like a gift from the gods. You're like, man, I timed that perfectly. But more times than not, you're not going to time it perfectly. You're going to miss it by a dollar or two. And I wasn't too concerned, because I did also buy 2 weeks out. And if you're buying stuff, let's say you bought something that, like if you're a new trader, you bought something that expires today or tomorrow, like expiration Friday, you have to be experienced in the volatility and what that means and what that theta is going to do to you if you're out of the money. And any price swing, what impact that's going to have onto your position. Yeah, you have to be disciplined. What stocks should we target to build capital in smaller, newer accounts, like under 1,000? So on the Us versus Herd main channel, I did put together my top 5 stocks for this year. One of the ones that would meet your profile for a small account was AT&T. AT&T I like. I mean, it's down right now, but AT&T I like. It's a pretty safe stock. They pay out a quarterly dividend, so you'll be able to reinvest those dividends. Also, we're on the verge of releasing. Well, not me. AT&T's on the verge of releasing their 5G network, which it's already deployed. They just need to launch it, and people are underestimating what 5G actually is. It's actually going to change technology forever, because they're going to be, instead of running cables and fiber and all this stuff, they're actually going to be not only doing, people just think about it as cell phone service, they're going to be doing their full internet packages off of it. They're going to be doing the TV off of it. I mean, it kind of brings us into, it's kind of positioning AT&T for the next 100 years. So it's bigger. 5G is bigger than what people are, and the news is playing it up right now. They're waiting for the numbers, and they're more interested in, in terms of marketing for CNBC and all that. They're more interested in what Trump is doing in Iran, to get those clicks. You know what I mean? And those eyeballs. But 5G, I do a lot of tech stocks, but 5G, in my opinion, it's gonna change. It's gonna change this side of the world. It's going to change. They pay a dividend, so it's pretty safe. But I feel like they're going to be breaking out on this 5G. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, so this is not investment advice. But this is a stock that I have and I like, and it's people are downplaying 5G. That's all. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. It's gonna transform technology for the rest of our lives. So that's why I'm in AT&T. All right, so we got the market opening in about 6 minutes. Costco retailer reported a December comparable sales increase of 9%. Oh man, Costco. So Costco, they had earnings. Yeah, they had earnings in December, and they didn't move. They didn't move on earnings. They were completely flat. I mean, it had a good run. I mean, Costco had an amazing run from 235 up to 300 area, and then it's just been, even after earnings, we've just been Even after earnings, it's been running down. But now with those store sales, it seems like that's going to kick back up. Costco's not as liquid either, so you got to be a little careful with it. Open interest is a lot better than BKNG. I don't know what the volume is right now because the stock market's closed. IV is really low on these, so you can get these pretty cheap. Probably gonna spike. It's probably gonna spike up now a little bit. Probably might spike up a little bit if we pop up. Might be interested in getting a position on Costco if we can hold the 300 area. But it's kind of tight here right now. It hasn't been too interesting to me because it's just been kind of slowly going down, bleeding out, and the IV is so low, so I didn't want to sell any premium in here. But something I'm watching. AZZ. So it looks like they had a killer earnings right now. They're just in range. Kind of got stopped out here at resistance. So I guess the question is, for me, is it going to, I mean, it does look like it's making some higher lows in here, but the question is it going to pop up to 47 and get stopped out? I mean, I guess you got a decent range here. You know, what I would do if I was looking to get long here to 47, I would probably buy the 45 call and set a stop loss at like 44.50. Kind of keep it tight and then see if you can get it to run. But look, options are not that good on this. You only have the monthlies and only $5 wide, so you got to be careful. Liquidity is not your friend. Dollar wide on these strikes here. $40 is like, you know, $3.50 wide. So that's a tough options trade. That's a tough options trade. I don't think I would trade those options. You know what I look for when I'm trading options. Let's look at like Netflix, one of my favorite stocks to trade right now. You know, in terms of liquidity, if you're looking here, open interest, high open interest. Also the volume. There's no volume right now because our market's not open, but volume will be in the thousands for calls and puts. You know, I typically look at like daily volume, anything over 500, 250. What is the price point to buy AT&T? I'm buying some now. I bought some last week. I bought some last week when it was down here like 38 area. Popped up to 39. Now we're back down to 38. So, you know, for me, for the stocks that I'm holding long term, I'm adding on the monthly basis, so to average out my cost basis. So it doesn't really matter for me for these because I'm not selling them anytime soon. If I buy up in here, let's say this month it's at like 38, 39. I buy at 38, 39. Next month it's at like 37. I'll buy some more, and then my average will be like 38. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. So for me right now, it's about share accumulation over a long period of time. I'm not looking to buy the low, sell the high. It's about share accumulation over a long period of time. So it's not. So for me, that I'm not. It's a stock that I'm interested in, and I think there's going to be future growth. That I think that the overall stock is being overvalued. Plus, they pay a dividend. So I'll be collecting dividends and being able to reinvest those dividends into the stock. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for. A lot of people, what they do is if they're long-term holds, they wait and wait and wait and wait. And the problem is with waiting and waiting and waiting, the price could potentially keep increasing. So if I'm doing long-term holds, I'm just trying to add positions. Now, if I was long-term holding, I used to be a stockholder of Tesla. I bought in the 150s and I sold in the 300s. For Tesla, I sold the rest of my position. I sold the rest of my position in 2018, 2017. So I loaded up in Tesla in 2015, and I didn't sell till 2017, 2018. And this wouldn't, if I was looking for long term, I would probably start unloading. I wouldn't, like, for me, if I bought last year or the year before, I wouldn't be continually trying to accumulate shares in this. I would probably start unloading, but that's just me. You know, if you had a nice range, you had an opportunity. People are so mad. That's why you can't. When Tesla was at 176, oh crap, the market's open. Hold on a second, just look at my positions real quick. When Tesla was at 176, the news was so bad, people thought they were going to go out of business. Never in a million years they would have thought it was going to be worth $500. So you have to do your own due diligence. Don't listen to all the analysts and all that's going on. They spew a bunch of garbage. You have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your portfolio. And it doesn't look like I'm getting filled on BBBY here. So I'll kind of show you my positions real quick. See what's going on here. So I'm up 16% on Boeing, up 7% on BBBY. See, we're only, I have a $1.30 order in here. We're at $1.74. We'll see what happens here. So yeah, it's at the bottom of my range. We'll see what happens. I have till next week on BBBY, so didn't get filled at open. Right now, Boeing is pushing down a little bit. So I don't think BBBY, that's a tough one to say, has had their premium crush yet. So it should be an interesting day. Right now, S&P's up 10, Dow's up 85, and Nasdaq's up 65, which is pretty big. Anyways, guys, as always, do me a favor, hit the like button. Stay safe today. Stay green. It's us versus herd.